everybody, and welcome to the Flat Earth Digest Live, episode 5. Thank you. Glad everybody could make it. Got a jam-packed show for you tonight, and yeah, what's going on? I'm just so happy that everybody shows up in the Facebook chat now, as well as the YouTube. I tell you what, Restream.io is amazing. It's really helping me connect with a whole lot more people. And I love that. So I got both screens up. I'm reading the chat. Just want to say, if you want to tell me something in YouTube, make sure you put the little at symbol, and I'll get to your message. But we're going to talk about a lot of things. A new video from Mr. Thrive and Survive. A new faking space video that's worth watching. I'm going to look at the airplane video. I believe it came from p-brane's channel, but it could be wrong. Somebody let me know. But this video really kind of kills the whole, oh, we could see curvature from an airplane. It's a little bit ridiculous, so we're going to debunk that one. Mr. Thrive and Survive, ripping Wolfie a new one, and maybe call-ins at the end on top of other things, which one of which is JM Truth TV's Flat Earth Science videos that he's doing. I can't wait to show you guys that. And yes, he's in a lab coat. So let's get started. I want to say, hey, Plain Pollux is in here, and Freeman's Cryptoverse, Geocentric Creationist, McVice made it, Ace McCloud is late, again. Joey Roach is over there on the Facebook, along with Patricia Steer was there a minute ago, Charlotte Ashton Jones, hey, how you doing? DeMarcus Bernard, and Jennifer Lynn Shively, hey, and thanks for coming, guys. Let's get underway. First thing I got on the list, something interesting's happening in September. Yeah, there's going to be a Flat Earth party going on in Los Angeles, of all places. A group is actually getting together for something truly meaningful and impactful for the community, the whole Flat Earth community. It's, from what I know, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's supposed to involve mostly face-to-face interaction, and it will be centered around organization, how to take action with the Flat Earth movement. So sort of a think tank sort of thing. And the big deal here is that it's in Los Angeles. We're going to have access to upper tier media, okay? And we're going to try to meet that upper tier media. We're going to meet and greet them, hopefully. There's going to be art. There's going to be music, bands. I hear that there's going to be a lot at this one. So are you an artist? Well, there will be an art contribution on display there in the Los Angeles meetup area. So let me know if you're an artist and you want to be a part of this. I'll try to forward your information to the right people. Stay tuned for more information on that as I get it. And thanks to Aaron Kreshak and his crew and Angel over there for relaying this information. More about that, again, in a future show. So, really fantastic stuff. Next thing I got up here, this is a really good Flat Earth video that has surfaced lately by the Hibbeler Productions. The Hibbeler Productions, I think it is. Anyway, YouTube channel. Go ahead and it basically tackles the eclipse, the NASA photo fakery, the lies perpetrated by fisheye lenses, perpetuated by fisheye lenses rather. Flat Earth in the mainstream news, like it covers a whole lot of stuff. It's got cartoons in it, even experiments that were pushed under the rug of science. It really covers a lot of ground, and I think it's one of the shorter ones. So it's sort of a compilation video that covers a lot, and I'll play just a short segment of it here, give you a taste of what it has to offer. Big thanks goes out to Hibbeler Productions for this one. Let me play it, get it over to the other screen. All right. Full browser. Come on,
Captain thinks the world is a round, see? But we all know it's a flat, right?
Of course it's flat. Sure, I know the world is flat.
Well, so do I. Everybody knows that.
Good, then you're on our side. We're gonna take over the boat, throw Columbus in chains, and head for home.
Good idea.
The words Google Flat Earth were found carved into the riverside hill in letters that were 10 feet long.
The world is flat?
The world is flat.
Not debatable, it's flat.
The world is flat.
The earth 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 is flat.
Whoa, is flat.
The world is flat like a son of a bitch.
You're giving us a lot to process.
True or false? The earth is round.
False.
Can you please explain your answer?
It hasn't been proven.
Why do you believe you live on a globe? What was your reason?
Yes, because I've been told. That's why.
Prove it without using NASA or any other space agency.
The Earth is flat. I don't see any curvature. Curvature. I mean, it's definitely not curving down. If anything, the horizon is rising to meet our eye line.
So you don't have to clap again. I know it was fantastic. Okay, thank you. Just sit down. Okay. But yeah, that was from Hibbeler Productions. Guys, go check it out. It's about 25 minutes long, and I'm definitely going to go turn that. Phone's like dying over there in the corner of the room, and it's just screaming. It's 25 minutes long, worth your time. It's worth sharing. Help it get around. Next, DITRH, Joey Rocha, and the lovely Bling, the BS of the ISS, along with several other people. Sorry if I forgot to mention your name. I think Flat Earth Dude was in that one too. What's up? They basically joined Karen Pettit's room in the Sun and Moon Family United channel over there on YouTube, and we had a great talk about anything from, well, basically ranting from how they're perpetuating this whole ball lie by erasing history to the health of your gut flora. It was really a pleasure to drop in this live stream for a little while and say hi to several of my favorite flat earthers. And if you don't know what's going on over at the Sun and Moon Family United channel, you're really missing out. It's totally one of the best live streams out there, especially if you just want to like walk into a group of really nice, loving, friendly people. But here's just a short clip of the coolness that happened over there in that live stream. And yes, DITRH did pop in the live stream while he was on a freaking boat because he's a boss. He really is. That was a surprise to everybody. Check this out. I'm going to play a little bit of this. All right.
For a long time. They've been rewriting history. Jay found an article from April of 1900 of a teacher that was teaching heliocentrism and was being persecuted because of it.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was a lawsuit that they were filing and everything. It's legit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, look what they're doing now, guys. We got the people that are, the space agencies are telling us in little science episodes, oh, we're still trying to figure out how to get past low Earth orbit. They're scrubbing the fact that we went to the moon out of history as we speak right now. I mean, why would they say that?
Yeah, in 10 or 20 years, or, as soon as the generation that saw the moon landings dies off, when people say, well, we went to the moon, they found an old book on it, and they'll be like, no, that's ridiculous. Look what all these astronauts have said. We've never gone past low Earth orbit. Those are all just fiction. They're rewriting it, and Building 7 will never have existed and everything else.
Yeah, that's probably the perfect example of how they can do it. And then, yeah, like you said, once that generation dies off, I mean, it's not like they're putting it in our face, that 1960s footage of Neil Armstrong taking his first steps anymore. They're not putting that in our face like they were 20 years ago. I saw a whole lot of that 20 years ago.
Another thing, you guys, is people ask me all the time, like, well, how could all those people be in on the moon landing? All it took was those 12 lying astronauts, because everybody else is sitting behind topography information. They're not liars. They're legitimate. The people building the rockets, they're legitimate. You know what I mean? It just takes, the rockets are really going up, so the people building them. And what people don't realize is that there's hardly anybody in on this lie. It's just, it's just a matter of trickery and foolery. Even the people who we think are in on it, that's why they're against us. They're like, I'm not in on it. We have to explain to them, look, we don't think the people behind the topography, looking at the information, we don't think any of them are in on it. It's just they all got tricked.
Guys, you don't have to tell you don't have to clap every time I play a video. Please. But yeah, that's an incredible talk. There was also another awesome talk about gut flora around the 3-hour mark of that same episode. So it's totally worth a listen if you're looking to do a parasite cleanse or something like that. The link to this awesome broadcast is going to be down below. next, I want to talk about a video that David was talking about. I think he mentioned it in that live stream, but he mirrored it on his Flat Earth Podcast Facebook page, and I found it quite interesting. And it talks about how they faked space. No surprise there, right? I know. I'm going to play a portion of this and link it to the full video down below. So let's take a look at this one. It's titled The Great Space Shuttle Gag. Here we go. I got it in my actual folder. So let me get the TV up. There we go. All right.
The Space Shuttle was one of the greatest achievements of the 1980s. No. It's an achievement, but only in being a great and complex way to fake space. As a child who loved science, physics in particular, I had a special interest in the Space Shuttle, which I thought was really awesome. But for as much as they say it's inspiring, I have to say that it didn't really inspire anything in me but a lingering doubt that only ever grew. Now, only now, have I totally figured out how they faked it. And I'm offering it up to you just out of the goodness of my heart, because I'm an honest person who doesn't lie to you like NASA. I'm not above lying under any circumstances. I'm not a perfect person. But NASA as an entity is an evil snake. So how did they do it? Well, they had 4 versions of the Space Shuttle that you see here. And we're going to break it down. We're going to start with the heavy media prototype. I call it that because it is heavy. If you look at it being constructed here, it's made very carefully by hard-working people who think that they're actually doing something of value. They don't know that they're faking space. They're not in on the conspiracy. They faithfully build a launch.
I want to jump to a specific portion of this video real quick from, I believe it's 8:38 or so, and play a little bit of that. I wanted to just show you the beginning, kind of set the tone, and then I tried to go over there and charge in that damn phone, and you heard all the noise it was making. Sorry about that. So check this out, what they say right here. Right here.
And it's pretty easy to pick it apart if you just research their own material and find things like this.
The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket. They then sent a number of trucks in different directions out into the wilderness, and the drivers were ordered to stop when the noise levels became acceptable. This gave them an imaginary boundary line, and anyone living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out. No one stayed, and NASA ended up with exactly what it wanted. 125,000 acres of nothing. They even had to move 5 cemeteries.
If anything about that sounded right to you, and if you are not completely infuriated by what NASA did there, then please don't watch any of my videos.
That's kind of how I feel sometimes. I'm like, if you can't see what the hell is going on here, or that something is dreadfully wrong, click that little X in the top right corner of your screen. Yeah, that was a good video. That was a really good video. The link will be down below. And yes, I have realized that I have not put any of the links down below for several of the episodes, but nobody said anything about it, so I'm getting away with it. Really, if you can't find it, PM me. I'm just too busy making the next episode, and it sucks to go back and write it all in, but I got it. Don't worry, it's coming. This video is titled, again, The Great Space Shuttle Gag, and you can find that on the Flat Earth Podcast Facebook page. If you don't know what the Flat Earth Podcast is, it's David Weiss and Curious Jay. They have their own podcast, and it's really good. It's definitely one of the best out there. Cream of the crop. So go like it, and they love the iTunes thing. They're trying to get their iTunes stuff like kicked up. So if you got iTunes, I don't know, sign up for it there too. Help them out. Anyway, you know how easy it is for them to fake space? Well, let me show you guys a little something. The general public has access to things such as this. Let me go ahead and pull it up on the website while I'm talking about it. Let me do that. I'm doing everything with my right hand. I need to change that. Not helpful. So check this out. So, okay. You tell me how different this right here looks than the real Earth in a second. I'll show you pictures of the real Earth. Do you think you're going to be able to tell the difference here? Let me blow it up to full.
Audio.
I'm gonna mute it because I don't want any copyright stuff. Guys, look at this. Does this look familiar, people? It should look really frickin' familiar. Huh? That sun isn't quite the same looking sun, but you can tweak that to make it look more like the NASA sun. Look at that Earth. So you tell me, if you saw that, maybe a snapshot of some portion of that, and you compared it with one of these, are you going to be able to tell the difference? Maybe you, but guess what? It seems like 85% of the people, 95% of the people in the world can't tell the difference. I mean, that right there that I showed you, that's from videohive.net. Like, you can open that up in a program and alter it, and it looks just like that. I mean, you're going to render out a video that looks like what NASA shits out. Really. It's... look. Don't lie. You wouldn't know the real CGI if your life depended on it. Most of you guys that don't have access to this stuff, you can't tell the difference. It really is the same CGI stuff. That's what's funny about it. I'm like not joking. I really think that they literally use this stuff to fake it all. But believe me, that's what they're depending on. Most people's ignorance, really. If you're a video gamer, you can see right through this. Right through it. That's all I can say. Or at least you have an eyebrow raised, you know, when you see animations of like satellites and stuff, am I right? But I've yet to see any decent video of a satellite in space either. And there's some more stuff there on Video Hive that shows just that. And it looks like exactly what they put out on the Discovery Channel and American Geographic or whatever. So if you have any decent videos of satellites, please end my misery and send one over to horrysheetproductions@gmail.com, and I'll highlight it on the next show. So, globe cuck. Anyway, moving on. Robert Bassano, a great Flat Earth video content creator, is back on the scene. His new channel is Robert B on YouTube, and he may be on the Globebuster show soon to talk about a piece of land inaccessible by plane or boat. Suddenly, supposedly it requires you to have a submarine to get to it. So I can't wait to see what he says about that. This was mentioned on the latest Globebusters episode titled The Flat Earth vs. Spherical Earth, which matches our observation... the title of it was The Flat Earth vs. Spherical Earth, which matches our observations and measurements. So anyway, in that show they talked about several things, including the kind of line that Jaron is going to use or might use to do his latest long-distance experiment. And he explained that experiment a little bit there. Go check that out. It's basically, it's so strong that a knife can't really cut through this string. So that I found really interesting. They're going to use a really, really strong string. They're going to try to pull it real taut for this several mile long force the line type of experiment. But anyway, the links for Robert's channel is going to be down below. But again, it's robertb.channel. on YouTube, and it was really hard to find. But let's see if I have an actual title. No. You can find his link there in the latest Globebusters 2 channel video, like video description. So anyway, next up, Mr. Thrive and Survive, who runs a site called peopleforpeople.life, and who will be doing a workshop at the Flat Earth International Conference this fall, has made a nice video titled "Does the Earth Spin? Experimentation, Odds and Ends." That's the title of it. So basically in that video, he decides to challenge ASAT 6020. I mean, Wolfie something or other, to see if things weigh any different based on your latitude. And if so, it would be evident of the Earth spinning, or would it be evident of the Earth spinning rather? So it's one of these real technical kind of videos. I'm not gonna lie. You can check out this video in its entirety just to see how us flat earthers will go the extra mile to really debunk a Globecucks flat Earth debunking video in the first place. But in short, the air pressure is most likely changing the weight on the scale that's being used, instead of it being due to any change of Earth's latitude or Earth spinning. These scales are extremely, extremely sensitive, and Mr. Thrive and Survive shows you just how sensitive these can be. And listen to what he says towards the end of this clip about centrifugal force. I'm going to play a minute or two of this. It's definitely worth checking out. Let the strawberry stop dancing first. All right.
I'm going to take the scale off. Take the weight off, 500 grams. Put it back on. Now, at first, it looks like it's calibrated perfectly, but see how it changes? Now, nothing's happening. I'm not touching the desk or anything like that. All I'm doing is filming it. Look at it. Could there be fluctuations of magnetics? I don't know. Is the scale messed up? But watch what happens when I put it back on. We had 499.96. Put it back on. 499.95. So there's going to be a little bit of a scale that we're going to have to use, a little bit of variance, a little bit of tolerance, I guess is the best word. So I'll pause it there. 499.96, not, 4/100ths of a gram, not too bad, but it is lower than when I got it. And by the way, this shipped from the Pacific Northwest down to me, and when I first put it on, they calibrated there supposedly. When I put it on, it weighed, I think it was 500.21. It was more. And it should have weighed less because the centrifugal force of the Earth's spin should have been greater here to make it weigh less. So,
that was the meat and bones of that video, basically, when, if that is true, well, boom, it destroys that other guy's flat Earth debunking video. I'm not even going to give him any real credit. But that's what we're dealing with. We're doing stuff like that to debunk other people's videos about supposedly debunking flat Earth in the first place. He'll continue to develop a variance and a tolerance for these measurements to see what's really happening here. And if you want to follow his experiment, head on over to Mr. Thrive and Survive's YouTube channel, and links will be down below. I think he's going to travel different places with it, and do some measurements and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, next up, here's a video that I'm so glad was created. It's from p-brane and on YouTube. It's titled, "Do Airplane Window Shields or Windshields Lower the Horizon?" This is one that people, gosh, it drives me nuts. They think they could see the curve from the plane, and this is a really good reason why those people that say, you could see that the horizon's dropping. The horizon's not at eye level when you're in a plane, and they go, it's it's the ball, right? No, this video is going to put that to shame. Check it out.
This lid represents just to show that a concave window or glass will lower the horizon like that. And you can also see that it's curved. You see that? Slight kind of curving. And it wouldn't look too dissimilar from his thing here with the slight curve. If you put a straight up edge against that, it'll look curved a little bit, right? Now, of course, there are many reasons for that. Besides the windshield, there could be atmospheric stuff, you know, stuff that everybody's covered, whether it be some kind of refraction possibly, or mirroring that takes place on the surface of the ground, and on water you see it a lot of times. Well, or it could be, you know, in perspective, right? The ground ramps up to your eyes, and I've shown this in many of my videos, up to eye level. And so we have a 360-degree circular horizon, right? So if the ground ramps up to our eye level, it would be like putting a hula hoop around your head at eye level. And if you look around you, you'll see nothing but a straight line, right? But if you look...
So you can see where he's going with all that, and how deep he gets with it. Really good video. He showed a lot more examples of how you know, windows distort things, but check that video out. Globe. I'm glad the distortions. What do I have written on my notes here? What? Something distorts what you're seeing in an airplane just enough to make you think that you're seeing the curve. Glass. I have it written down as glad. I'm like, what? No, glass really is distorting what you're seeing out of an airplane window, and it is just enough to make you think you're looking at a globe. The very edges, like he was showing a little while ago, saw how they were tilting down a little bit? I'll back it up and show you what I was talking about. Like
over the
very first thing with where is it? This right here. If you look at the edges, right along the edges, they're tilting down a whole lot, and that's when you're looking out one of those plane windows. And you see that tiny little dip down, you think it's a curvy Earth. They think it's a ball. That's it. That's it. That is it. There's no other explanation for it. When you go high up, and I did this on the last video that I did, I showed a video of a jet going high up, and they were saying, yeah, we take passengers to see the curve of Earth from this jet. You can pay, and you'll be a passenger, and you can see this for yourself. And no, it's the same concept. It's a curvy window cockpit. Like it's gonna just do that. Yeah, it's pathetic what they're trying to say is curvature. Next up, you know I love me some flat Earth activism. Well, Dave Marsh on YouTube posted a video titled "Flat Earth Street Activism Southport 2018," and it shows flat Earth warriors hitting the streets of Southport during an air show on Sunday, the 8th of July, here in 2018. Have a listen to this, and kudos to everyone who participated in that one. Keep it up. I really enjoy me some flat Earth activism like this, guys. Dave Marsh. Yes. More.
Can't do it. That's why it's what Virgin Orbit are now, because it's an easy failure.
Do you want one as well?
When you Google flat Earth, you'll probably get the Flat Earth Society. Now that's like a disinformation website. Yes, don't believe anything they say on there. It's always the first one you come to. It's there for a purpose. So when you click on it and you see that the Earth's a disk and it's shooting up at 9.8 meters a second, you think, oh, well, rubbish. That's we do things like on purpose. You turn it into satire. But what I would say is just Google flat Earth and have a little look. The fact is, there's no measurable curvature over large bodies of water. Yeah, it just doesn't curve anywhere. You can see Blackpool Tower there, all of it. There should be a little bit of curvature there. Look past it, you can actually see the Lake District Mountains. You know what I mean? People are seeing, like, from Lake Michigan, they're looking across and seeing the Chicago skyline from 50 miles away. It should be 1,600 feet below the horizon.
And then when they put it up on the telly and they say, oh, it's a mirage. And it's like, no, a mirage is inverted. It's not the exact building.
It's upside down.
You know what I mean? A mirage is wavy, wonky and black. It's not. You can see the whole skyline. We're not. They make us out really stupid and we're not seeing
the best place I've found for research and information about this is
check out Dave's channel. He's a great truther. He does a great job putting out his own videos and mirroring some of the best videos that Flat Earth has to offer. Links will be down below when my candy ass gets around to it, right? But check it out, guys. Next up, channel called JM Truth TV. Let me read the chat real quick. Say hi to everybody that's hanging out. But then I will talk about my boy JM Truth TV. Aloha, David Weiss, he's stud, says Joey Rocha. Sewell Kim has joined. Hey, Brittany Smith, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing the video, those who have shared. Horry, are you in California? No. No, I'm in Arkansas. Chee-hoo, Joey. Thanks, man. Hey, huge fan of Horry Sheet, he says. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really like what you're doing too, man. You're saying stuff, and I'm like writing notes on stuff that you're saying. You're putting out some incredible stuff. And guys, check out Joey Rocha on YouTube. Rocha is R-O-C-H-A. You're gonna love it. He was in that video we showed earlier that I'm gonna have in the show notes. Ooh, what we got? Oh, Bob, how you doing, Bob? Wesley Stace and the Flat Earth News Talk, and a whole lot of trolls in my chat. They just, Here you go, eat it up. This is IPS trolls. And if you don't know, if you remember, this is, IPS, Infinite Plane Society. I want to like go and take out all of the stuff I've ever said about IPS, because what he has shown is that he's really a selfish, spineless little bastard. And you know what? My gut's always right. And my gut's always right, it really is. I knew that I just had this ick, dark, shady, like slick, snake oily feeling about IPS. But, everything else that he was doing wasn't saying that logically. So, it's just one of those other occasions in life where my gut's like, I was right at day one. But it's not necessarily that he did anything to screw me over. So, but I will tell you guys, if you're subbed up to IPS, go unsub, because he's a piece of trash. Really is. And I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to talk about it. So all the, thousands of people that believed what MGTV said off of really no real basis, you guys got fooled away from him, and that was cool. But like, he kind of like disrespected me on a very personal level, so I'm totally not promoting any of the stuff. And now his bots are in the chat. But anyway, hey Bob, thanks for taking care of some of that. Must be Shill Scanner. Yeah, Shill Scanner's another one. Dirtbag, really. That's why Shill Scanner's not a mod, or not able to chat anywhere that I go to. Like he's always getting banned. Poor guy. Rob Dizzle, how you doing? Yeah, Rob Dizzle. I did finally see that truth. IPS and his minions troll everyone, says Glowbusters. Well, I'm starting to see that now. I mean, IPS took all his people as soon as he, caught wind that Rick Hummer was that Rollin' Ready character that approached Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, their whole little clique went crazy about that, thinking there was some nefarious plan to screw Flat Earth. And I mean, like, being on the very inside, like rubbing elbows with these people, I could see where they were coming from. But I was, and there's audio of me out there saying like, hey guys, look, I'm playing devil's advocate here. What if it's not that bad? And guess who was freaking right? Well, me. I wasn't going to go burn anybody to the cross. I wasn't going to go in other people's chat rooms and start, slinging poop everywhere about it. Like, no, you gotta let it unfold a little more. But they were right. Kudos to them for figuring it out. But nobody was playing a nefarious trick, and he was whining about not being in on a secret. You're a spineless little douche, IPS. Anyway, right on, says Steve Harton. Yeah, true. I don't have to talk to Shill Scanner to know he's a full-fledged douchebag, says Glowbusters. Okay, moving on. Next up, like I said, this falls on the lines of an honorable mention. Yes. We'll do a little dance. It's really that good. This is incredible stuff. You got to pay attention to this. Thank you. It's a channel called JM Truth TV, and it's run by Joshua Gennari. And you guys, let me pull it up. Pull up one of One of his videos. Here it is right here. Now, he's starting a wonderful science video series. Here it is, sorry. It's a science series called Science 103 Gas Pressure. This is one of his videos. He's got a couple of them. Let me wait for it to...
folks.
You see, look at him in his lab coat. I love this. So the one I'm going to show you here is Science 103 Gas Pressure and Where Did the Universe Go? He'll be tackling some things that were taught as truth in the mainstream science and putting them to the test with videos like this. So let's have a listen to what he talks about here pertaining to gas pressure and how it can only be present when we're dealing with an actual, what? Container. Yeah, to house and hold the said gas pressure. There you go. Let me put it on full browser here for you.
So let's get started. First, we are told by mainstream science that we live on a globe that there's an atmosphere, and just beyond that atmosphere, there's a vacuum of space and stars and the sun and all this stuff. So with the beginning of the scientific method, you must first start with a question. So here's the question. How do you have a gas pressure, also known as atmospheric pressure, without a container to begin with? Folks, I think this is the basis of our understanding, the basis of this course and this class, and we need to really look at this question because we're going to really dive deep into this particular question. So let's bring the board on. So here's the question. How do you have a gas pressure, also known as atmospheric pressure, without a container to begin with? Folks, in order to start the process, we first need to define gas pressure. So let's start with the definition of gas pressure. The pressure of a gas is the force that gas exerts on the walls of its container. Okay, that's from chemistryelmhurst.edu. Let's read that again. The pressure of a gas is the force that gas exerts on the walls of its container. Next page. To have a gas pressure, it must have a container to begin with. It must be contained within walls in a sealed container. Folks, that's the very definition of gas pressure. You can't have a gas pressure without a container, okay? Okay, let's look at Boyle's law.
Tell me he's not killing it in the lab coat and just in time. And you know what? I talked to him, and I want to say he had no clue about Mark Sargent's video with the lab coat. So it's synchronicity going on here. It's going to go far. He's really on point with what he says. As you can see, you know, he's done his homework. I can't wait to see what he comes up with. So go check out his channel, JM Truth TV. JM Space Truth Space TV. Check it out. That's Science 103 Gas Pressure. Where did the universe go? So let's talk about YouTube censorship for a second. Okay. Before I do that, though, since the chat was very interesting, I'm going to go back to it real quick and see what's happening in here. Eric Childs, how you doing? Much love back to you. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna scroll up to see if there's anything for me. Mr. A, respect. Ah, yes. All right, guys. Nice to see you went back to your old format like we talked about. I've been doing this. I mean, I've been doing this for a couple of episodes. I do want to go back to the old school dojo set, but just for a special episode, I'm gonna do that. You know, yeah. I'm gonna do some calls, Wes. You'll get a chance to call in if you want to. I'll pop the number there in chat. I'm gonna say hello to my Facebook peoples. Radiation pressure from cosmic background radiation explains gravity in either flat or globe model. Radiation pressure from cosmic background radiation. Jeez. And who is looking at those? Who has access to those instruments? And what are they really finding? I don't know. I think science has observed things and and created words for them and created explanations for them, and then they teach these things. But that method of doing things, a lot of the stuff we're finding out that mainstream science has told us about, this and that and that and this and that, we're either kept from the full information, or we're kind of led astray, especially in the whole Earth is a ball category of science, and that's what we're figuring out. I don't know about radiation pressure and cosmic background radiation. I mean, hey, you know what? You might be right, but I don't know. I don't know what those machines are measuring, and what what they were taught to read, how they were taught to read the data from the machines. I mean, there's a lot of trickery that can be involved in all that. I mean, just like they put curvature globe calculations on stuff to give you the supposed accurate measurements of long distance things. Just they spin it. They know how to spin it. Or you're in the Hollywood studio where they filmed the moon landing. Yeah. Hey, Harmon Walker, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I should. You know what? I should add the. I should do a broadcast on the moon. That would be a great one. I could have the Earth rising up. I could have the Tesla going by. It would be a nice thing. That's great. You got to remind me of that later, Harmon. So let's talk about censorship for a second, guys. I'm gonna let y'all watch this clip of a Democrat congressman urging YouTube to actually ban conspiracy videos. But listen to the very end. The end of this is really unnerving, to say the least.
A Slate article references a study by Jonathan Albright, director of the Tao Center for Digital Journalism at Columbia, who found 9,000 videos on YouTube with titles that are, and I quote, a mixture of shocking, vile, and promotional themes that include rape game jokes, shock reality, social experiments, celebrity pedophilia, false flag rants, and terror-related conspiracy theories dating back to the Oklahoma City attacks in 1995. Ms. Downs, does Google think that this is a problem, and what is the solution that you're coming up with to address it?
Thank you for the question. So as you noted, when Alex Jones posted the video you described saying that the survivors of the Parkland massacre were crisis actors, that violated our harassment policy. We have a specific policy that says if you say a well-documented violent attack didn't happen, and you use the name or image of survivors or victims of that attack, that is a malicious attack and it violates our policy. In terms of conspiracy theory content generally, our goal is to promote authoritative content to our users. So we have two principles that guide the way here. That's the first one, is we want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
Ridiculous. So now they're going to put up a box on like my video that lets everybody know, hey guys, Earth's not flat, by the way. A little box that maybe you're going to have to click the X on. Whatever. That's not going to stop real truthers. As soon as you realize that it's a system trying to control you, I mean, you have to have enough common sense to realize, well, obviously, if it's a big enough system and everybody is in cahoots working with each other, that's just one of the symptoms we're going to experience. A little box that comes up from YouTube now. Let me look, it's in the courts now. They're trying to get this to really happen. And they're going to do it. Be ready for that. Be ready to tell people why, how it happened. We were here. We saw why it happened. That's what's going on. So anyway, we just found, this is great. We just found 12, what was it? 12 more new moons on Jupiter, ladies and gentlemen. And NASA has all the photos we need for proof. A part of the site reads, Planet Paparazzi, normally spotting new moons around Jupiter is quite difficult, they said. Anything small enough to still be hiding from our view is quite faint, and tracking those dim dots requires powerful telescopes that often have too small a field of view to capture the entire Jovian system. To make matters worse, they say, Jupiter is quite bright, and its glare can obscure the tiny moons. But last year, the Carnegie Institution for Sciences' Scott Shepard and his colleagues were hunting a faraway planet to orbit beyond Pluto. Okay, it was a planet so large that its gravitational heft rearranges the orbits of smaller, distant objects. So the team aimed a telescope at Chile's Cerro Tololo. Really? That's a funny name. Inter-American Observatory at the star fields surrounding our cosmic neighborhood. So they aimed this telescope at Chile's Cerro Tololo Inter-American Observatory at the star fields surrounding our cosmic neighborhood. I just had to like really repeat that and soak that in. But they were looking for a faraway pinprick of light moving in solar orbits. Yeah. Okay. And anyway, along the way, Shepard and his colleagues realized that Jupiter was actually in the telescope's crosshairs at the time. So they didn't realize they didn't know that Jupiter could even be in that location. But apparently, here's Jupiter. It showed up. So Shepard and his colleagues realized that Jupiter was now in the telescope crosshairs, and they just decided to take advantage of the opportunity. Wow. Imagine the shock on everybody's faces. Can you? I mean, how can you not realize that you're pointing the thing at Jupiter? But I digress, whatever. He continues to say that we're using a new camera that was only put on a telescope a few years ago. So they're new with this camera. He says that it can search large areas much quicker, so we only had to use 4 images to cover the whole area of Jupiter. Yeah, complete bull. I'm sorry. The first hints of 10 new moons appeared in March of 2017. Let me pull up the website so you can see kind of what they're getting here. This is ridiculous. Utter nonsense. What is this? Is that one? Huh? The solar system's largest moon. Ganymede seems to float alongside Jupiter in a picture taken by NASA's Cassini. Well, that was NASA's Cassini spacecraft. 12 new moons found orbiting Jupiter. Jupiter pictures. Go. See all the photos. Go to see all the photos. Okay, that's 12 of 15. How do I click on the next one? Thought I could just do this. There we go. Just hit the right arrow. So here we go. I'll just get down here. Look at that. That's the pictures we're getting. Gee, that looks a whole lot like, let's say, Math Powerland's photo or painting style pictures. I mean, not his photo or painting style stuff. His stuff that his murals or whatever. You know how he paints stuff along the ground, swirls and mixes stuff around. That's just what it looks like. This is like an oil painting, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, look at this. Let's read the caption. What is this? The Galileo spacecraft, which toured Jupiter's system from 1995 to 2003, captured this image of Ganymede. Oh, where's the actual pictures? I want to see the new moons. But just for humor. Seen in infrared by the Hubble Space Telescope, the 3 large moons to Ganymede and Callisto become dark blots against Jupiter's vibrant clouds. Oh, really? They just appear as dark blots. Okay. Oh, look at this bottom of the frying pan. I mean, the moon Europa, is covered with intriguing figures that hint at a deep ocean beneath the icy crust, as seen here by the Galileo spacecraft. That's exactly what that would indicate to me if I was on crack cocaine. When the Cassini photo oh my gosh, wait, how when the Cassini photo zipped past Jupiter on its way to Saturn in 2000, it captured data used to make this map of the planet's south pole. It captured data to make it look like that. I got something. Hold up. I think it's called Jupiter. Hold on, I got my I'm gonna pull up a little picture. And yeah. So does this look real to you? There's a coffee Jupiter on the left, over here, and then there's NASA Jupiter right there, the one that we just saw in the picture in the photo a minute ago. And then the bottom, I took and you know, you ever wonder why they call it Starbucks coffee? That's a freaking coffee right here and right here, and then that's Jupiter over there. Not much different. I'm just saying, they could fake this. They could make anything and call it a freaking planet. I put this on Facebook one day. I took a picture of, I don't know, it was some like rock geode formation, and I curved, I put it in the blackness of space, and I curved the bottoms like I did. This is what I did right here. I did this. And I curved it. I make it look like a rock. Made it look like it was sort of like geoidal, like, you know, had some curviness to it. I mean, which Jupiter looks most real? Huh? Do you see how easy it could be? That looks more like a rock somewhere. Maybe if I shadowed it a little bit better. This one too. I think if I put whatever shadowing they had on the real Jupiter on mine, you might go with mine. But I digress. They're faking it. That's all you need to know. The first hints of 10 new moons appeared supposedly in March of 2017. 2 had been spotted earlier, and they said that the signals were seen again the next month, but confirming orbits takes a while, and it wasn't until the team reobserved Jupiter in May that all the moons were confirmed, bringing the planet's total now of having 79 moons. But we saw earlier those moons appear as very blurry little dots or black ominous spotches and blots, whatever. Not buying it. Not buying it here on the Horry Sheet Show. But, okay, guys, that is pretty much the end of my notes. But yes, but that was before he lost his mind. Oh, gosh. The chat is still blowing up. Didn't you have IPS on your show? No, I haven't had IPS on my show. I almost got there. I mean, I talked about IPS on my show, his videos and stuff. Yeah, a few times. But I was going to, like, actually have him as a guest. We were doing business together. We were starting to like do businessy stuff. I was helping him with his, you know, I did the voiceover for a lot of his videos. He paid me to do that. It was working out pretty good, but every time he would be like, yo, I got something I want to do with you. I'd be like, okay. And he would never get back to me. And then I found out from several other people that he did the same thing to them, and they were rubbed the wrong way just the same, going, I don't know, this guy's really flaky. And I didn't care. I know how busy I was. I know how busy this guy was. I know how much work it takes to do what he was doing. I never bother him. Like, you know, somebody that comes to you talking about, hey, I want to pay you to do this, and I put my thoughts into it, and I get back to him, and he disappears. I mean, that's a waste of my time, several times. It was getting annoying. It really was. But I didn't say anything about it. Just kept going. I'm going to put out a video. Don't worry. I just, like I said in the last stream, people have been asking me what happened, and I'm gonna just have to make a video. It's not something I want to take my time and do. This is what I'd rather do. But anyway, this is the end of the show, an hour in. The only other thing I can show you guys, and I think I could do that. I really feel like going to grab another drink, killing this one and grabbing another one, and I'll let you guys watch the latest Flat Smack from the Flat Curious project. Do you want to see that? It's gonna be a 10-minute little thing. But I sped it up to where, like, when he's not talking, the video is going at 150% of the speed, so it's a little bit more sped up. It's just helpful. Morky Love. Let me just give you the whole remove moderator and hide user on this channel. Yes. 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 Screw you. Screw you. Everybody who wants to fucking rally for IPS right now, eat a chode. Anyway. That was fucking great, I know. But sorry, Morky. You know what? I really liked you and shit. But if you can't, you have to get it. You have to get it. You can't keep your beak up someone's ass that long and not smell what he's farting. Okay. So let me play this. I'm gonna pop on over to the VLC video browser. This was I gotta find it now. I really thought, oh, I know where I put it. But anyway, he's watching, which video was he watching? He was watching 2018 Nature Documentary #2. I think it was by ODD. So I'll play this one, and I'll be back, and we'll talk about it, and I'll read the chat kind of halfway through. I'm not gonna make you guys watch the whole 10 minutes of it and not say anything. I'll be back, but I just want to take a quick breather. You have been trained to obey. Hold up. Let me switch over here. Sorry, guys. I know. It's been a sort of a rough night with this, but I don't know why it looks like this. But whatever. I don't have time to fix it right now. You have been trained to obey unquestioningly.
Very, very cool intro.
Just our common sense, everyday perception of the Earth. It is flat, as far as we can tell. It is motionless, as far as we can tell. And everything in the sky is revolving around us, as far as we can tell. If nobody told us otherwise, we'd logically assume that the Earth was flat, motionless, with everything in the sky revolving around us. And you can prove that this is the case as well, for instance, with the horizon. As you rise up, no matter how high you go on the top of Mount Everest, or if you go in a balloon higher and higher, we've gotten independent balloons have gone up with cameras, the horizon remains flat all the way around, and to the eye of the camera all the way up.
Still not buying the flat Earth thing.
The observer. So that's one proof. Now, if the Earth were a ball, no matter how big, the horizon is said to be the curvature of the ball.
If you were to go to NASA, it's all fraud, it's all fake.
I do agree with the NASA part being fake. That makes sense.
There are no images of Earth from space. Put an end to this topic once and for all. Turn the Hubble round and show us Earth in real time, but they will not do it. They can't do it. It doesn't exist. It literally doesn't exist.
That's an interesting picture, though, at least, you know, questioning NASA, seeing what's going on.
Looking at these images of Earth, including the one called the Big Blue Marble, which was released in 2002, I think, zoom into it with Photoshop, you'll see where they've used the clone tool in Photoshop. So take a picture of one of the clouds.
It's interesting Photoshop pictures.
The picture, they got lazy.
If the Earth is 25,000 miles in circumference, there must exist a curvature drop of 8 inches times the mile when you square the mile. 1 mile means there should be an 8-inch curvature drop. 2 miles, 2 times 2 times 8 is 32. That's 32-inch drop. 3 miles would be a 72-inch drop. And this would exponentially continue. Here's the longest bridge in the world, the Danyang Kongchong Grand Bridge in China. 102.4 miles long. There should exist nearly 7,000 feet of curvature drop in that bridge. 7,000-foot curvature drop. Do you see it? It ain't there. Look at the horizon.
No, but that bridge just doesn't present the way it is. I would say a lot of it's fake, but not all of it's fake.
Inside camera, the horizon is completely flat. Then it goes to the outside, and you got a huge curve. But when you're looking at some of the amateur balloon footage, some of it's lens corrected and it's completely flat. And others, like the GoPro stuff, the horizon will fluctuate as the camera spins and tilts. The horizon will go convex and concave. Lens effect. It's obviously not the horizon shifting every 2 seconds as the camera jumps. And when it's still, you can see it all the way up, totally flat.
Yeah, I get there's different levels, but that's still not ultimately proving it.
It is essentially Hollywood, and all the images that you think you've seen of the spinning ball on Earth are fakes. And all the amateur balloon and rocket footage that we've sent up there shows a flat horizon that rises all the way up, and that's impossible on a ball.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why a big secret? People are smart, they can handle it.
If a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center.
That's a good movie.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. Imagine where you go.
The horizon, for instance, is always completely flat, and you don't feel any motion. So if you were just born today and looked out, you wouldn't assume that you're standing on a spinning ball.
It would be super scary to go that high.
Plane. So to assume that we are on a spinning ball is actually contrary to our common sense and our everyday experience. And there's also experiments that have been done to test whether we're on a spinning ball or not.
My question was, why, if it's a flat Earth, why couldn't you stand on the coast of California with a telescope and see Japan or Hawaii or something? And I think you know the answer to that. I'll let you answer that.
Yep. You can't see an unlimited distance. The lowest layer is the densest and not transparent. So if you imagine like a hot, humid day as a haze over a road, all telescopes will eventually blur out in that same kind of way due to the air. So no, you can't see an infinite distance.
Is the Earth flat or round?
Bill Nye.
Round. Okay, now let's see. How do we go about proving that? Go to the seashore. Go to the seashore.
Watch. The ships sail away. They don't disappear all at once. Well, first, the bottom will disappear. See, the bottom of the ship is gone. Now you can see midway up, and then the whole thing disappears. The ships came back. They didn't fall off the table. So people realized that the world is curved. Wait, it's a big curve, but it's curved. So, the process of testing claims, what is flat, what is round, is what we call science. Now, if you have a claim that can't be tested, that's what we call pseudoscience. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof.
Boats don't disappear over the curvature of the horizon. Boats disappear due to perspective. All you have to do is go to the beach, watch a boat disappear from your
That is true about the boat. I will give them that. Bill Nye's example isn't that great.
Zoom on your camera.
Yeah, no kidding. Bill Nye had some absolutely terrible things to say when it came to trying to debunk flat Earth. He was caught saying, "Oh, you can't, you can't see for." He's like, "You can't see forever because Earth is a ball or whatever." But no, you can't see forever because there's atmospheric crap in your way, and it doesn't take a genius to realize that. And he has nothing to. He doesn't know anything about optics and how your eyes work on a level, flat surface. It's terrible. Yeah, let me read the chat real quick. Yeah, Freeman's Cryptoverse. This is a paid guy. I paid him $5. He's gonna get $4 of that. I spent. Let me put it this way. This is so shitty. I hate Fiverr.com now. I spent $7. He gets 4 of that. Fiverr gets 3. They're really screwing people. I'm not happy, but he was paid, and he got, I told him watch 10 minutes of the video and then make 3 minutes of commentary afterwards. So pause it at the 10-minute mark and talk about it for a little while, and you get $5 and a good review. If he's just got decent audio, and I don't care if you're a globe cuck or a flat earther, by the end of it, you're gonna, it's just the same amount of money. And I also tell him about the David Weiss was like, hey, tell him there's a $500 contest. If they can prove the ball, they win 500. But if they get it wrong every time they submit a proof, it goes down 100. So that's that's a thing I tell them too. I don't mention it until after their stuff. But anyway, Freeman says, this guy's cool. Yeah, he's cool. He's smart. He's not buying everything. And I mean, I didn't either. A lot of the stuff on Eric DeBay's 200 proofs, Earth's not a spinning ball, I didn't really buy. I don't think a lot of them are really valid proofs. Like railroads proving flat Earth. I mean, engineers won't really have to account for any curvature if they're making short little planks to go from A to B. It's just not a thing, really. I don't know. But over long distances, engineering, whatever's in the blueprint, I don't know. Maybe there is something to that. Things like that. His finger is out of control. Is he thumping his finger? I don't see that. You could tell he really wants to put his finger in his nose, says Bob. What's up with this guy's finger? I didn't notice. It's the #1 example they teach in school, says Eric's child. And it ain't great. No. Boats over the horizon, give me a break. That's Baller Noob 101. Yeah, MIDI HC. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Yes, it's round like a penny, says Plain. Plain Pollux. I could prove the round Earth too. The sphere Earth, on the other hand, that's a problem, says Globebusters, Bob. Yeah, I'm with you, Bob. That's what it seems to be. So, let's watch it. There's about 5 more minutes left or whatever. It's like halfway through.
In your could pull the entire boat right back into view. Whole mass and all. Yeah, that's right. You think the boat disappeared? Just whip out your telescope, your binoculars, or your zoom camera, you bring the entire boat back into view, completely debunking everything Coy just told you. And here's my video proof. Imagine that. You can debunk the curvature of the Earth yourself with just a simple zoom on your camera. Bye-bye, little boat.
The flat Earth? Well, that didn't stand up to test. The round Earth did. And you guys, come on. Everybody watches newscasts. You all use mobile phones. You all see airplanes fly around. You all go to see Ed Sheeran in concert one day in London, another day in Melbourne, Australia. This all depends on our fundamental understanding of the size of the Earth and its shape with extraordinary precision.
Bill, those are terrible examples.
The way we teach science is you're just some empty vessel and we pour the science into you and then you regurgitate it on an exam. Because Earth, we know it spins once a day. Yes.
Oh, doing great stuff.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the pole. Not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator.
Yeah, NASA is inconsistent with those pictures.
Chubby's a good word. It's like pear-shaped. Yeah. So, it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level. Well, let me just so you understand. We've been fed a lie. Our entire, I want to call it a lie. We've been fed.
It's a point of view thing, I think.
Earth has been misrepresented to us by
science.
Pear-shaped.
Science!
So they're all trying to figure out, is the universe spinning around us, or are we spinning around the universe? They tell you. We don't know shit. We're looking at a bunch of lights in the goddamn sky. You're gonna tell me that light and that light, that's 250 trillion light years away? How the...
Okay, so this is a very interesting video. Has good points. Here's my thoughts on it. I do think, on one hand, there's a lot of dogma in science with NASA and Bill Nye. They're just telling you this is the way it is because they don't really have strong points. They don't really have strong proof or evidence. They're just saying this is the way it is. It's a lot of scientific dogma. From what I've researched, the Earth isn't completely flat and it isn't completely round. Like they're saying maybe it's pear-shaped or maybe it's curved. And I will accept that as a valid point of view. Why? Because from what I study, independent of NASA, independent of science, I do see that from what I've looked at through, and this is a little bit of Hubble, this is through astronomy classes, this is through my own research, that the Earth does have some curvature to it. It's not completely flat like a plane, but it's also not completely round like science has represented. And funny enough, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. That maybe it is like pear-shaped or maybe that it is curved. But what I really do like about the video is that it brings light to another perspective that, hey, maybe things aren't the way they are telling you they are. Maybe NASA's wrong. Maybe you can actually look at another point of view, which I think is very, very important for not only scientific.
I'm going to pause it here and run over and plug in the headphones because I want to hear what he's saying a little bit easier, and I'm also going to take in calls in just a little while, so this will kill two birds with one stone, or if you're a vegan, feed two birds with one seed. I know you were about to call me on that. I saw that, I know. Sorry, but anyway, all right, here you go, guys. Let me address the man while he talks, but let me do it in a more proper manner here. Here we go. Please proceed.
Inquiry, but also increasing awareness of the universe in large. And what else? The other things I would say about it, I would say it's also interesting because it uses different examples. It has different things from Neil Degrasse, I believe that's how you say his name.
No,
it
not
also
at all.
has different perspectives through scientific method, like it's showing the bridge. It's showing different perspectives, mathematical perspectives. It's also showing how NASA does Photoshop some things and how NASA does fabricate some things.
Yeah.
So all in all, I don't completely agree with the video. I don't completely disagree with the video. I'm still doing my own research on the topic, and I haven't made a complete decision. I'm actually...
He's doing his own research on the topic. So we found a guy doing his own research on the topic, and we decided to... Do you know what that, like, once he puts this together, that it's synchronicity? Look at him. He's an intelligent guy. I could see that in his eyes. I feel... I'm glad that we got to put this in his face, because this is a guy just on Fiverr doing, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe we'll check out his page. Maybe I'll check out all the pages of the people we flat smacked one day in a new episode. That's a cool thing to do. But I don't know what he's offering on Fiverr right now, but he's apparently doing his own research. Interesting. It's spreading.
Somewhere in the middle currently right now. Is the Earth flat? Is the Earth perfectly round? I think both I'd ultimately say are incorrect. I'm still ultimately searching for the truth, which is what I encourage other people to do.
That's it. Now, this is a guy that I asked on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being flat, 10 being round, where are you now on the shape of the Earth after 10 minutes of this video? Now, it sounds like he did a little more research already prior, but he said 5. So we got a guy that's on the seesaw right there, and that's good. That's cool for me to find out there's one other random person out there in the world with a brain enough to start their own business and be a real entrepreneur that figured this out, and he's on the fence. That's cool. Love it. Let's open up the lines. I'll take in some calls, and you know what? Ooh, should I do it? I don't care what you want to call in for tonight. Let's keep it flat Earth related, or if you're one of the IPS minions, call in and tell me what you think. Tell me why I'm a jerk, because we'll hash it out right here. I don't know if they're still going ham in the chat, but whatever. I'll throw this out there. I know Wes said he wanted to call. It's 504-264-3609. That's the number to call in tonight. I've always wanted to say that. Let's see. Let me read the chat. Say hi to everybody in the Facebook chat real quick first. Brittany Smith says, you can't put your beak up somebody's ass and not smell when he's farting. New favorite quote. Brittany, yeah, that was gold, wasn't it? I like that. I really was impressed by how that came out. It just threw me. Josh Walker, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Luis Diaz, what's up, man? Google EMRP theory. So now they are limiting free speech. EMRP theory. I'm gonna have to check it out. Cool stuff, guys. Thanks everybody on YouTube for joining. Wayne Wilson just joined. How you doing, Wayne? Greg Elias, what's up? I'm terrible with names, so if I mispronounce your name, just laugh with me, right? Mid HC, you loving it, man. Nice. Would be cool to find some friends or cousins who are willing to do that and make $4 Horry Sheet Show to see their reaction. Yeah. Hey, look, if you got a family member, and you want, I don't know, you ought to encourage everybody that you know to start doing something on Fiverr. If you look at my channel, I have at least 3 working gigs that anybody can do. Anybody. Doesn't matter your age. Just doesn't matter. Here we go. We got the first caller. Let me attempt to answer it. Hello, you're on with the Horry Sheet Show for the Flat Earth Digest Live. Who's talking?
Hey, Wesley Stage Flat Earth News Talk. Wait for it. Go. You didn't wait for it. I have enough people in here who know me, who know the routine. You didn't get the memo.
I didn't know I don't know how to react, and I don't think Mark Sargent does either.
Yeah. No, he does, really does. Oh, Wes, oh, God. Stop calling, dude.
What's up, man?
I told him to send out Hitman. Because that little piece of paper isn't going to stop me from calling.
No, Wes. You're getting around, and I like what you do. You've had some really good people on your stream recently. I have other people calling in. Hold on, guys. Just took a call. If you're calling in, just let's keep it a little bit short here. What you got to bring to the table, Wes?
I was just complimenting on the way you revamped your little thing here, and kind of went back to the original look like we were talking about yesterday. And by the way, that guy looked like frickin' Lou Ferrigno. I swear to God.
I don't know who that is.
I'm the guy that you did the Fiverr with. That guy looked like Lou Ferrigno. You know, the Hulk from years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, look up his name, Lou Ferrigno. He's sporting a beard right now. Okay. And I'm telling you, the guy looks almost like him.
Interesting.
Yeah, but anyhow. No, I was just calling to say hi. I'm not going to get into any of the flat earth stuff. We all know what's going on. I got no extra questions. I know it all now. I listen to Bob from Goldbusters.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of it, and he's upset. You know, he and I both supported this IPS guy. I stuck my neck out so many times for him.
You know what? IPS's very first show, I was on it. I was the first one who called in when he decided to try to do a phone call thing with his cell phone. I was the first guy who called in.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember that. I think I was there. I was in the chat because it was so like, wow, he's doing a call in, and then you called, and I didn't know you at the time.
Yep, that was me.
Interesting.
But yeah, he kind of turned on us, but you know,
he did. Well, you know what? Listen, this is the thing, man. I was on the inside. I was rubbing elbows with everybody in the Penguin crew, and what I found. Okay, now I'm sorry for whoever was trying to call. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 people, but hold on, guys. But when I was rubbing elbows in here, I was in the back room lodge. Apparently, he was trying to charge money to get in that lodge, but because we were just doing so much stuff together, you know, he gave a lot of people free rights in there. I don't know if anybody was actually a paid member in that lodge. I don't know if he was doing any real business with the whole FlatEarthNetwork.com, which I don't think is online right now, or it was offline last I checked. So it's crumbling and whatever. But I stuck my neck out for this guy so many times, and I lost a lot of potential subscribers. Which I don't care if you're a flat earther trying to subscribe to me. I don't care. It's your benefit to subscribe to me and get your fill in a condensed, curated format. Like, you can go research for as long as me and find all kinds of different flat earth videos. But I'm just putting it in your face, I'm shortening it up, telling you the best of, giving you the best nuggets. I'm not really here for you, though. The stuff that I'm talking about, well, it's for Globers. You can show a Glober friend my show, and they're going to see all these weird little tidbits of things and how popular flat earth is, and they're going to be like, what? What is this guy talking about? Plane windows? Oh, yeah, I was in a plane. I saw the curve. Oh, that's why I saw the curve. Oh, that might be something for them. Bam. You know? So, like, what you got to say, Wes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do like Jim, and I mentioned this last time on your show, Jim Truth TV. I really like his stuff.
JM Truth, Joshua.
He's probably going to be one of the guys you're going to call in. I'm assuming. But hey, Jim, if you want to get on my show, man, hey, I'm all open. Drop me an email or put your email in the chat.
It's not Jim. It's JM. It's Joshua.
Yeah, but isn't it supposed to be, for Jim?
I don't know if you want to call Joshua Jim.
But I think he even said it was Jim. His name was Jim. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I know you're wrong. I know the guy.
Okay, JM.
Just say it. Yeah. Just say JM. That's all. But yeah. Send him a link. I'm sure he would love to talk about what he's doing on your show, man. Get in touch. I'll put you in touch with him. He's on my Skype. I'll put you guys in touch. No problem. That's good stuff.
Cool.
I like what he's doing. He's really got a unique thing in going on in his life, and he's got a new baby. So he's still doing it, man. He's putting out great information about his gardening and his recipes about stuff he's cooked, and really healthy stuff. And then he's doing science videos because he's got some some credentials in there. I forget what it was, but he's, you know, there's a reason he's talking about the stuff he's talking about. He's a smart guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he got into the. He did the videos with the jacket, with the white coat.
Yeah.
That was great.
I don't think he knew about the jacket thing being so big in Flat Earth yet. I think it was just on his own.
Yeah.
That was funny about that.
Yeah.
But all right,
yeah,
Wes,
no doubt. Yeah, it wasn't like Mark Sargent said, "Hey, you know what, guys? We need a new hook." Let me think. Hey, yeah, jackets. Let's go with white jacket. No, that's not how it happened.
No, I was one of the first, if not before Mark Sargent, well before Mark Sargent. I was the first one in the ISS wearing my jacket, but I was just doing a little promo for my show because I had to wear the jacket for like a video I did that night. And I got on there and I was like, yeah, I'm going to start doing the Flat Earth Digest again. So I got in the ISS and I floated around in my jacket. But that was before it was a thing. I just love how this synchronicity, like this vibe, it's happening. It's beautiful. Anything else you want to share with us, Wes, before we take on the second caller?
That's it. Just, stay tuned for my next broadcast. And hopefully we can get Horry Sheets on as well as JM. That'd be cool. Still trying to get Bob from Goldbusters. But, he's just, never comes by. I'm just messing with you, Bob.
I don't think you have enough hula dancers on your show, Wes.
Yeah, I know. I don't have enough clout. Yeah, I went for the big guys, and now the guys in the middle just don't want them to do me. I can.
All right, Wes. You have a good one,
Mark
man.
Sargent. Thanks. Okay, guys.
You did. Yeah, you did. You had some
More
big
than
names
once.
in there.
I've had him on like 6-7 times.
Yeah. Mark's a real guy. I'm telling you guys, he's not freaking CGI.
Yeah,
you've heard that. You've heard that. All right, man. You take care. I'll take the next call. Perfect timing.
All right, man.
Peace
Talk
out.
to you later.
All right. I'm a call it. I have a feeling this is a big troll. Hey, welcome to the Horry Sheet Show, Flat Earth Digest, episode 5. You're on. Who's this?
This is Harmon. How you doing?
Oh my goodness, it's not a big troll. Harmon, what's up? This is the complete opposite of the big troll.
Yeah, I am big though.
Okay.
What you call it? I sent you $40 for you and your family go breakfast this morning, so I sent that in your email.
Oh man, I didn't even check my my mail yet this morning. Thank you, man.
No, I just sent it just now. I just sent it now. I just letting you know. Anyway,
thank you, brother.
I never hear you talk much about. Oh, no problem. Buy them pancakes.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, so you don't talk much about Antonio much. Sobratis.
Yeah, I don't. I'd love to.
Yeah, I like him.
I did.
Oh, you don't much no more?
Well,
because
do you want me to go into it? Because yeah, I did. I really, really loved what he was doing. Sorry, I'm tangled up in my wires right now, so you hear a lot of noise. But no, I really, really loved what he was doing, but I had to stop talking about him, man. Because do you want me to go into it? Is that
just a couple minutes?
All right, yeah. So real short, what I know. Let me first off give him the kudos he does deserve for gathering all the intelligence required for us to understand that the sun is not appearing in a single spot to everyone viewing it. It's literally appearing very, very differently to everyone across the plane. It's a very anomalous thing. It helped me realize that the sun is transversing over us through a membrane, some sort of atmospheric lensing, some sort of membrane. It's appearing, what is it, relative to our location or subjective to our location? I don't know. I don't get too much into it, but it's like people are saying, yo, I'm here and I'm looking at the sun and it's there. And someone else close by is looking at it and it's appearing in a spot it's just not matching up. And that was really interesting research. And then other people did research on it. So I respect him a lot. He was trying to make the new map. But here's the thing. Here's where he kind of blew it. And this is look, I don't like people calling other flat earthers shills because you have to have a ridiculously good reason for it. I don't talk about, and I like ODD stuff. I still show his videos to people I'm flat smacking with the Flat Curious Project. But I group ODD up with Dell and with Antonio Superats and with Eric Dubay, and they all have this in common. they all have like started pointing the finger at some other flat earther, calling them a shill, calling them something that they're not, and trying to rub their name in the dirt. And I don't think it's even to climb the curtails of that person and raise their sub count. I don't think it's even that malicious with these people. I think that they're just overprotective, over paranoid. But what he did personally, I mean, that messed with me, like, and to where I don't even want to talk about him, is you remember all the tranny transvestigation stuff that was going on? Well, he thought Patricia Steer was a tranny. That woman is absolutely sexy. From the earliest pictures I've ever seen, and she is beautiful still. And the thing is, you're going to call her a man because he dated her and it didn't work out, and he got his little butt hurt, and he started, you know, putting out a whole bunch of stuff like that about Patricia being a man, and I was like, dude, that's sad. But that's really sad. And
I just think all those guys you mentioned. I think that's the European. I spent 5 years over. I think they're more sensitive than we are, and they take things more personal, and that's the way they're brought up. And over here in America, you can call us mutts, dogs, whatever. In real life, it doesn't even bother us. And being in Europe, it seems like they take the words a lot more sensitive, so they react emotionally, whatever. So that's it. But I still like everybody, you know, and I don't think this rant is anything.
Yeah, no. Bring whatever good info they have to my table at any time, because I honestly don't keep up with them because of what I just said. But if they have something good, I tell people all the time, look, if I don't talk about your ass anymore, I'm just gonna go to your channel, check you out, see what you got to bring to the table, take it from you like a bandit. And because you don't deserve the spotlight, I'll talk about it. That's how I roll.
You've seen his videos on the last couple of days, then?
No, I have not watched him in weeks, months, probably.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's really coming out big with the perspective of the sun and stuff like that. He's writing his book. Also,
okay, cool. Fill this in. What do you know? What's up? Go ahead. 4 months ago.
About 4 months ago, I watched a video about the perspective of how rainbows work, and how we can't triangulate them or get where they're at. And whoever did that video, I can't remember who it was, but he also said this is the way the sun works. And I think that helps a lot of people. And you start looking at it. So every time I see out here in Arizona, we get a lot of these thunderstorms and stuff, so we get nice, clear, open views of rainbows. My little brain just can't comprehend what they're talking about, but I'm trying to figure it out, how it correlates with the sun being almost like the same type of effect.
Well, I think it has something to do with the light source, wherever we're seeing it originate from. There's enough atmospheric water droplets and enough lensing of effect, similar to how Rob Skiba put out that video of how the sun's light can shine under clouds. It's similar to how the light is affected through this watery atmosphere and everything. And I think that's, you know, it's being magnified in some cases. It's just shown to us, like if we're looking at a light, if we're under a pool, in the pool water, looking at a light, flashlight, we're not going to actually, we're going to think it's there, but in reality, it's going to be somewhere else because of all this refraction. And I think that's what the rainbow's doing. I think the sun is appearing to us, and depending on the atmosphere and the humidity and everything that day, that time, it might appear different, just ever so slightly, but this could mean miles. And I think that's just what it is. It's like light from the rainbow, light from the sun. We're looking at it through atmospheric lensing. Is that kind of...
Okay, I'm going to put this video on like that. He gets really deep into it now. The last two videos.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
And he is writing a book, and it's going to be coming out. And he's got a map. He's got a new map. He says it will just put everything to shame, and it will do it. And in his two videos, he's claiming, he says he's tired of debating it, that this is going to show how it works. He says he figured him and this other guy, they're working on it, and they've got it down. And when he's so excited about to bring it out and show the people. And then on his big channel, which is only 16,000 subscribers, they blocked him and he can't live stream right now. So he went to his other one that's 1,200 people or something like that, and he live streamed that in a couple of days. And So he's trying to get the information out like that, and he's telling us hints and trying to get your mind to thinking that where he's going. So he says, I mean, until he says it wrong, he says he's got the answer.
Hey, and you know what? I talked about him a lot while he was doing his sun tracking research and his new map, and when I heard him just be blatantly wrong and push that agenda, it was so upsetting. And I'm like, you know what? It's an ego blowing up thing, but he's also still a flat earther, apparently doing real legit research. So I'm glad that you brought that to the table. He's one of those people I have on my list of like, okay, once I've exhausted any research, any resources, I'm gonna eventually check back up on him and actually and then see what he's doing. And I might not even mention his name once I do that.
Newest, brightest stuff out that actually makes sense. It really does.
It always has. It always has. The guy's on point. But I just, as a person, as a curator, as a member in the community that only wants to support people who are classy and not shill calling and not calling people trannies, I had to ex-nay his name. There's people I just won't.
I guess being a prison guard for 23 years, I'm numb to that kind of stuff.
I get it, but it's a personal choice. I could do the same thing and be like, not even mentioning any of the drama and just talking about everybody's best of. But anyway, look, I've been in like.
You are so good about that. You are. I got to commend you for your age. You do not do that. The only one you've been off on lately is IP, but I mean that's like you can't help it.
It's personal.
But you are really good at controlling your personal comments. Yeah, I want to commend you on that.
Thank you. I mean, I do tell people how I feel, but I do still tell people. I do show off ODD's video, Eric DeBay's videos. They did good work, and I say it every time. They do awesome work. They've done awesome work, and I just every time I mention them, I talk about the good thing, and I talk about why I don't really have any. This is why I don't cover them.
There's a polite way of doing it, and there's a rude way of doing it, and you do it.
Thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing that, Harvey.
Yeah, I don't know what part of South you're in, but man, I'm telling you what, it's rubbed off on you because the South has always been a polite place.
Yeah, that's Southern hospitality. They call it. That's a term for a reason, right? You know what? The people where I live.
Every time I want to hear someone called on you, and thank you for letting me call in.
Thank you, Harmon. I'm gonna take the next one. I want to ask you a question. Do you have people where you go, where you're driving, and they're on oncoming traffic, and they wave with their pinky? Do you have that?
No.
Southern hospitality. We got that. Take care, buddy. Thank you again for your support.
All right, bye.
Take care. Love that call. You're on with Horry Sheet for the Flat Earth Digest, episode 5 live. Who's talking?
Hi, I'm Lewis Hackett. How are you tonight?
Lewis Hackett. Oh my Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Lewis Hackett. Is this real or is this a prank? I just want.
No, this is Lewis Hackett. Yeah.
What's up, man? How's it going?
I just watching the show. Interesting stuff. Always like to see how different people handle drama. That was an interesting conversation there about Antonio, I suppose. But something I've always wondered, that specific image in your background, that's a GoPro lens, right?
This is the big Miss Piggy or Big Piggy cam or whatever, but I don't know if it even says what it is. It just shows a nice flat horizon, and it's the clearest looking picture, and it just looks the best. And it's real stable, except for the little antenna. That's the only thing I don't like. But no, I don't think it's a GoPro. I don't.
You don't? Okay, cool. I just wanted to know that. Do you think that's what most of the flat earthers think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a couple ways that you can tell that it is, and one is that the horizon isn't actually flat. It's curving slightly upwards. And then the antenna itself is curved.
Is it?
Yes.
Does that
Not a straight antenna.
Does that look curved?
It is. It is curved.
Let's check it out. I'm going to open up MS Paint. Excuse me. Let's do this. Let me take a screenshot real quick. Hold up. Screenshot. Let's try it. I just want to see. And you know what? It doesn't matter because I've already seen 360 cameras. And they show a, what do you call it? Like a completely flat horizon with a 360 camera. So let's see. Full screen view. Here's the MS Paint. All right, let me do a little zoom in here. Let me move it over. There's the antenna. So I'm gonna start at the very, very, very bottom, right here, and I'm gonna move it up here. And that's pretty straight, Rosa. I don't know if you can see that.
Line narrower. Make that line narrower. Make it smaller.
Sure. Hold on. Let me stop the next caller so we're not bugged. Hold on, guys. Let me do line. Let me make it smaller. Put it right here. Put it. Okay.
All right, there you go.
There we go. All right. Yep.
You can see there's a divergence. There's a clear divergence, and I think it's worth mentioning.
Oh, were you talking about what? Like, is this looking like a divergence? Is that it?
Absolutely. And if you
take look at this. Look at all this. Do you think that divergence right there? If it's not really, where's any of the ball-shaped, ballish Earth? There's not.
Well, it's being no.
There's not. I don't know. Quick. You don't have to be this delusional, sir. It's not that. I just showed you. I just completely demolished that. I'm sorry.
If you take the whole image, there's more antenna that you can't see.
There's more antenna? That's the end of the antenna. It's a little dippy thingy right there at the end.
Not in the original image, no. There is more antenna in the original image.
This is a Flat Earth only show, but I appreciate the call in. Hey, you're welcome to be a Flat Earther on the Flat Earth Digest Episode 5 with Horry Sheet. Who's this?
Hey, Horry Sheet, this is JM Truth, man.
Hey, what's up, bro? That's a much better call. How's it going, man?
Great. I jumped in a little late, and I'm catching the end of this, but I wanted to...
No, it's great.
Kind of just share and say, hey, you and I have talked a lot, and I hope I can share this on an open line.
You and
I have talked a lot on Skype.
Wait, Jim, JM, you got me freaking, Wesley's got me calling you Jim now, Jesus. I gotta go grab a beer, but I want you to talk about what you do real quick, and you got the floor for like 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, all right. Right now, I've just launched a new series called Science 101/102 series. I am going back to the basics where I'm going to start doing science classes. I just launched the introduction video and one called Gas Pressure, which kind of blows a lot of doors open and slams a lot of shut doors in globe Earth spaces. But I'm doing a whole series. The 101 series is basically breaking down a lot of the science that we've been taught, like gravity, and I can actually finally do away with gravity and actually scientifically show these things. And I think part of the reason I'm doing it is because there's a lot of speculation in the Flat Earth Rounders community with debating Flat Earth Rounders. To me, Flat Earth is no longer a debate. I had a friend of mine the other day ask me and said, JM Truth, hey, you believe the Earth's flat? I said, nope, you believe it's round. I don't believe the Earth's flat. I know for a fact it is. And at the point at which I prove scientifically, sit down and shut up.
Yep. Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with that. So, anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, good stuff. That's how it is. I don't tolerate the people who are going to call in and try to tell me that the Earth is round. This is not a show to call in and tell me if the Earth is round. I just literally pulled up this, I just took a screenshot of my background. This guy said that because of literally like 2 or 3 pixels worth of maybe a supposed curve of this antenna was proof that this was done with a fisheye lens. I'm sorry, you have no idea what you're talking about. If this was filmed with a fisheye lens, the whole frickin' horizon would be so much of a ball that it's unmistakably filmed with a fisheye lens.
Pick me. I have an expertise in this.
Right.
The little curvature, the little pixels at the end, the little curvature doesn't mean it's a fisheye. It's called lens distortion.
Yes.
Just to educate you on it.
That's it.
Lens distortion. At the end of the picture. Lens distortion. Get to know that word. Lens distortion. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Every freaking lens is a little bubble of a camera over some electronic piece of equipment, and it's going to have some distortion. And it's very much pixels. That's it. So thank you for pointing that out, Mr. Globecock, because what you have pointed out on my show is lens distortion. Thank you so much.
Right.
Jesus.
Well, if you don't mind me going back to where you and I have had a lot of conversations on Skype, and we've talked quite a bit, actually, in depth about different topics that have come up in the flat Earth community. You, my friend, have always been upright in your defense of everyone, including ISPs. Remember, you and I went back and forth about ISPs. I had questioned him, and
yes.
You're like, no, dude, he's straight up. I love that about your spirit, dude. Love it about you.
Until you show me that you're not, I'm gonna stick my neck out for you. But this dude literally, personally, wasn't there for me when I was being shit on by all his people. And I was trying to help this guy in his own Discord when all his people jumped down my throat calling me an agent. I'm like, IPS, if you're not going to stop this, then you're a douchebag. That's why I'm calling him out.
Here's one thing that I can tell you from a military standpoint is that kind of behavior is typical of, well, we get in this arena, we call him an agent. I question everybody until you prove to me that you're upright. So the way I come at it is everyone's on an equal playing field. But because of my background, I'm able to look at certain people and just see things like you can see things they're not right.
No, right.
You know what I mean? But now here's the thing.
Okay.
You don't call them out publicly. Like I said, I questioned Patricia Steer for a while because it was too pretty. It was too perfect. Now that's the filmmaker me going, dude, this looks too studioized.
Well, you know that she was a radio she was a radio personality for a while. But when
When you take that into account, you realize, okay, she's got some professional shit going on here.
Yeah.
Even myself, I like to film, when I do my science videos, I film with a film lens, not a regular lens. I use actually expensive film lenses. Why? Because I like the professional look of my videos.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do as professional as I can because I have a degree. Everyone's going, oh my God, you misspelled A. Okay. I'm trying to knock these out really quick. Do have dyslexia. Sorry, my spelling's not the best. Try to do the best I can and get the information out. I've gone back and redone, but my point here is that we need to not call someone out until you have proof. Now,
yeah,
we have theories, and that's okay. I guess if you're willing to put yourself out there and bring as much proof as you can, but there's something called a smoking gun in the police world, or even in the forensics world. Most people don't have a smoking gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They like to think they have a smoking gun, but they don't actually have the smoking gun. Somebody's trying to spam the call right now. I love it. I'm getting trolled while the show's going. People are trying to call. I think it's that same troll, but go on. Just ignore it.
So anyway, that was my big point. Was we need to be careful. Because there are agencies out there. I can tell. I mean, I don't even have to be a rocket scientist. That's a rocket scientist. I don't even have to be a rocket scientist to tell you there are agencies and people out there that are going to try to divide. We call it in military divide and conquer.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm sure Bob knows. I'm sure these guys know that are in the military. It's called divide and conquer.
It's a war tactic.
I mean, we've been divide and conquered so much we don't even know what ends up. Most people don't even know the definition. If I asked you what the definition of science is, they couldn't tell you. Because they believe, for example, I was just watching something on Netflix with my wife because we're watching cosmology and shit. Cosmology isn't even a science, but they talk about it as though it is. But it's not. You can't even take cosmology to the first step of the scientific process.
Yeah, it has to go through the scientific method, right?
Right.
Everything has to go through the scientific method. It has to be testable, repeatable, provable, and then cosmology is something you can't put through that lens. You can't call it hardcore science. That's what you're saying, right?
No. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It can be history. It can be something other than, but it cannot be
yes,
science.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So, anyway, that was when I heard you talking about it, I was like, dude, we need to quit trying to divide each other and come together at least in some kind of unity, because all they're going to do is try to destroy us. I've told you this many, many times.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing people now start calling people out. Unless somebody's being a douchebag, I mean, Jake's Jake, whatever. But unless people are really like off the wall, like I believe I had some valid reasons when we were talking in private about IPS. His mannerisms and behaviors really worried me, and I told you that. You, like the gentleman you are, were like, nope, he's upright, and then all of a sudden we get slammed. Well, we didn't have proof until now we do. So now we know.
Now we know.
You know what I'm saying? But I would have never gone publicly and said, IPS, you're a douchebag. I've never gone
but you know what? The only reason
that, hey, you're an ape.
the only reason I did was because I was that close with him, and I will go on my channel and call you a douchebag. There's other people that I know stuff about, and I'm not going to straight up bash them. I'm not going to make a sole episode to tell you how much I hate them, because I'm not like that. But if you really rub me the wrong way and I put my freaking neck out for your ass that much, and you're going to be that spineless, yeah, I might actually, because he's the same way. If somebody screws him over, look at them space bubbles. Gotta love them freaking space bubbles. But you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be just like him. You rub me the wrong way. Look, if you're people making memes about me and calling me an agent and a shill, and they're gonna put out videos like that, guess what? I might come after you because you don't know me. I'm pretty trolly if I want to be, and I'm good at that shit. But don't provoke the troll. Oh my gosh! You don't provoke me, I'll get your ass.
I'm not going down the troll road anymore. I did that for a while. It was fun, but I'm like, look, you know what? I would love if we can see, and again, I mentioned this to you too. I wish we could get people to a point where, look, talking about it's great. Let's prove it, and let's move the movement forward, because we're not even connected to the right people to make a difference in the world. The internet's great, but my kids are still going to school learning garbage. Like my kids in school, what's funny is I have an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. They go to school, and when they get confronted, they're like, nope, you're flat, and here, bam, 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 here's proof. Their teacher's like head spin. Like, what?
I love that.
You know what I mean? Like, that whole school is about going to go upside down.
Oh, yeah. That's how it's spreading, man. We have to be strong enough to teach our kids this alternative way of thinking. And that's what I'm doing with mine. I'm like, when I talk about flat earth, and I mean, all day long I'm watching flat earth videos, you know, and researching to make show notes for this kind of show. And she's playing with her toys behind me, and she's like, she'll come and watch 5 minutes of this or that, and every time she sees a planet in space, she goes, that's fake. And I'm like, every now and then, I'm like, look, a lot of people think like it's real. I think it's fake. But you have to listen to both sides of it if you're going to make a decision for yourself. And I mean, she's still 4. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look, there's a Fepe. There's a decapitated Fepe going by. Yeah, screw you, IPS.
No.
I don't know if you can see the stream right now, but that's one of the Easter eggs I got in my streams. A fucking decapitated Fepe coming by.
Nice.
Screw him, man.
I'm behind. I've got a lag going on, so I don't see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had to see that. I'm like, I had to say something about that. That was great. I'm watching my,
That's awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to make that point that we need to be above board, and when we're talking about proof, we need to talk about proof the whole way through. Don't be like, just proof for flat earth. Do not call someone else unless 2 things. 1, you have personal experience that you're willing to put out there like you, or 2, you have proof.
Yeah.
That without proof, think about it the same way. Even with proof with flat earth, these round earthers are like, nope, that's not proof. One of my brothers, I'm like, dude, I am calling out the definition of gas pressure. I'm showing it. I've got 7 citations. Nope, not proof. That's not proof. Are you kidding? You're kidding, right? Wait, you're blowing my mind, dude. blowing it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. That's the problem with indoctrination.
That's
So we have to just stick to facts. Facts, facts, facts. Because they've pounded the shit out of lies with us, and we've taken it on. I'm not mad at Globe, but I know people call Rounders as Globetrotters. Fine, whatever. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I was a Globetrotter at one time. I was a Globe Earther. You were a Globe Earther. We all were Globe Earthers. Why would I call them names just because they're effed in the head? You know what I'm saying? We were all effed in the head at one time.
Yeah, we all went through the same schooling. There's no secret to that. We all got taught the exact same stuff, aside from when they would change up the text in their books from year after year. They'd have different. McGraw-Hill, I think, was the book that I had for a long time. Where'd that come from? And I think if you track it, I think somebody did a video. I think they found out it was a Masonic organization, and it wouldn't surprise me. But don't quote me on that. I have to look it up. But
right.
Boy, that would explain a lot, right?
Oh yeah, it would. Well, what's funny is when you track and I've done a lot of research in history.
Yeah.
When you track these things back.
Oh wait, tell them, especially in the Bible with the Hebrew. Didn't you do some Hebrew translation of the Bible and found out?
There's lots and lots of Hebrew translations.
Whoa.
Most of the Hebrew doesn't even say what the translation says it says.
Yes,
that's a lot of the translation. Yeah.
I want to say, everybody, check out his early stuff where you go into that. Don't you go into that in your earlier videos?
Yeah, I've got some early videos where I actually even go onto into the interlinear, and I'll actually show people and point it out and say, look, this is what the Hebrew word says.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what the translation is. Here's
Thank
why
you.
it's not
Yeah.
right.
And it kind of paints the frickin' Bible as a controlled book.
Also, just so that anyone's listening, I can speak partial. I can translate Hebrew. So for anyone's like, he doesn't know Hebrew. Yeah, I do, actually. I just proved it to you. Have a nice day. Have a look. Because the Christian religion, like, I had Christians that get pissed off at me because I'm like, look, it doesn't say this. It says this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they want to stick to their religion. And that's the whole basis of indoctrination.
That's it, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And I wanted to, oh shit, hold on, Santa. Santa's a narc. I don't know if you know. You're not seeing the stream. It's funny though. Don't worry. But no, you're right, dude. That's what I wanted to point out, because that's what got me so hooked on the stuff you were doing. And then you started doing other things that was like, this dude's legit. He's real. That's the thing. You're real. You're a real guy.
Dude,
you do what you can do.
I am a research hound. That's why I call myself a research scientist, because that is where all science starts, is in research.
Yeah. Well, I love what you're doing.
How am I going to talk about that?
Yeah, I love what you're doing. You want to add anything to that? And I'll take on the next caller, which might be trying to blast.
No, man, take on the next caller.
I don't know what
Love you, bro.
he's...
I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, man, I'm glad I got the chance to talk about your stuff, and I'm glad you called in. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, man, keep it up. I really like what you're doing. Take care.
You too, Horry. You're the man.
All right. All right, I'll take this one more call, and I'll probably end it, and I'll check out with the chat in a second. Hey, you're on the air with Flat Earth Digest, episode live in Horry Sheet. What's up? Who's this?
Hey, what's up? Just want to say, do you believe in satellites? Do you believe satellites are real?
Well, if you look behind me on the stream right now, I think that they're hoisted up by balloons, and that's not a joke. We have videos of this. No, satellites are real. They're being hoisted up on balloons. There's planes that can go by and collect them. There's a good bit of evidence, I believe, that there's a lot of helium going up. There's a lot of balloons going up different times. I think they're balloons. They're hoisted on balloons.
Really? You believe that, or are you just joking?
No, I believe that they're hoisted up on really big-ass helium balloons. They're launched with forklifts and big crews. I've even had a video on my channel where one of them did crash into a van and almost killed 2 people. It's freaking hilarious. They were running from this damn thing. It went out of control. 2-ton piece of equipment hoisted on a huge helium balloon. I don't know if it was chains, but it was, you know, whatever rope it had, but it almost killed somebody. I mean, and it was hard to find that footage on YouTube, but I found it. I talked about it. So yeah, I do believe the balloons are holding up satellites, things that we know are satellites. They're coming down in places like Brazil, the jungles of Brazil, and they have, guess what? The helium balloons shredded to pieces all over the site where this thing came down. I got video of that. I've talked about it. But so, yeah, go on.
So,
I do.
If satellites are holding up by balloons, then how do they get in space? Wouldn't the helium balloons pop when they get out of the Earth's atmosphere?
You know what? Great point. Great point. But the thing is, I think that they know what they're doing with these specific types of things, and they're only allowing them to go up and come down because there's if you look at the records of when things are launched, there's a guy that did a video on this. I don't have the link at my fingertips right now, but it's in one of my older non-live versions of the Flat Earth Digest, probably by episode 8 to 12, I want to say. But it's kind of showing you how many times they send up these things, so how often they must kind of go up and start slowly declining, and then they get collected and they send another one up. I mean, that's what it looks like they're doing. But yeah, it's a good point. Why don't they pop like everything else does? I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of way of not popping, but I don't know. Good point, though. Good point.
Here's another question for you guys. The Columbia space shuttle, it blew up, right? Do you believe that it got blown up by a UFO? I've seen a video where.
Is this
I've seen a video where.
Go ahead.
I've seen a video where the Columbia space shuttle, there's two UFOs following them, and then minutes later, they lost transmission of the Columbia space shuttle, and, you know.
Was this the one that they showed us when they said that they launched a teacher in it? Is that the same one?
No, it's the one that happened in 2003, where it came into the Earth's atmosphere and it blew up.
You know what? I actually have not done really any research into it, so I shouldn't comment on it. I just don't know. But you know what? The one, can somebody, and let me check the chat. I'm going to ask them as well as, do you know which one they supposedly launched a teacher in? Because I watched that in the classroom.
That was a Challenger.
That was a Challenger. That's right. That's right. And you know what? There's an interesting video on that where it looks like they were filming some of the people in the bleachers. They looked like they were kind of, you know, smiling, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere some dread, and then like shortly after they kind of went to like neutral and like looking for a camera somewhere, and then they caught the camera, and then they went back to acting like they were, this is terrible what I just saw, and it was really upsetting for me to see if that, you know, I know how people can edit stuff and make it look really not what it's supposed to be. They edit it out of context. But that, it was weird. If you haven't seen that, makes me think that they're messing with us when it comes to like what happened with this one. It came back into the atmosphere and it killed everybody because it blew up upon entering Earth's atmosphere. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
But they're saying that UFOs shot it down.
Oh, really? So there's a video out there saying UFOs shot it down.
Yeah, there's a video out there where the astronauts are talking to the control center saying that we see two UFOs and they're following us, and then they're trying to see what it is, and then minutes later they lost communication of the space shuttle.
Wow.
And you can even see, and on the video you can even see the space shuttle like blown up in pieces. You should look it up on YouTube. It's called the video is called UFO Shot Down Shuttle, or UFO Takes Down Shuttle, something like that. It's really weird video. It freaks me out.
I'm gonna check that out. I mean, that could really, you don't know.
Really trippy video.
Good stuff, man. Thanks for bringing that to the table. Anything you want to have? Anything you want to shout out? Do you have a channel, or are you a flat earther, or what?
I'm kind of skeptical on the surface. You know, I'm part flat earther, I'm part round earther. You know, I want to believe that our government's not lying to us, but then, you know, they obviously they're always lying to us.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, I'm kind of half flat earther, half round earther, and I don't know what to believe anymore. Seriously.
Awesome.
A lot of a lot of lies out there, but
yep.
I'm more onto the flat earther theory because there's more evidence that flat Earth exists, and there's like no evidence that the round Earth exists.
Yeah, let me ask. Yeah, that's what I've kind of concluded. Let me ask you, how long have you been looking into the flat Earth, though?
For a while now. Like when I first found out about flat Earth, I was like, man, these people are dumb.
Yeah.
But then when I researched it, these people are actually smart.
Yeah. They get deep, and I mean, they get deep, and they just disprove everything I originally knew about all the science I originally thought I knew, and then like they debunk it so fast that as I started researching more, I had to look into deeper science, and then, yeah, there was ballers coming in saying, well, the deeper science proves the Earth is a ball by this, but the flat earthers easily debunked it every step of the way for me until, okay, eight months later, finally, I'm 100% okay, it's flat. But yeah, 8 months, eight freaking months it took for me. 6, 8, 10, 12, 24 hours a day sometimes I would research this for 8 months straight. That's how much research. Nobody's going to take that kind of journey very often. They're going to get hung up on one thing. Maybe they saw a video that made Flat Earth look so stupid, but it was a totally biased, like a video of like, oh, this is why I could take a telescope and look at a water tower in the in the ocean, and that's why it looks shorter. Boom, Earth is a ball. But they don't get into like atmospheric lensing. They don't get into why it looks like that, why it appears that way, why if you do it on a colder day or less humid day or over a different atmosphere, like, well, then what happens now that we can see more of it? What happens then? Did Earth get less of a ball? No. It's called refraction, and it's called optics, and you have to know what the, yeah. So, but thanks, man.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend the other day, and I was like, man, do you believe in the flat? And I asked my friend, I was like, do you believe in the flat Earth? He's like, no, I don't. I believe the Earth is round. I was like, well, if you believe the Earth is round, then show me a picture of the Earth as a globe. There is none. There's no pictures of the Earth as a globe. That's what makes me think that the Earth is flat. Until I see a picture of the Earth as a globe, I'll believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah, you know what? I got showed video of the Saturn Cassini that was supposedly launched through Saturn's rings. And look, are you a video gamer at all? You play games? You sound like my age, kind of 30s.
Yeah, I'm sort of a video gamer.
All right, so look, you can look, you can kind of tell the graphics difference between PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Am I right?
Yeah, of course.
yeah, pretty much. It's a big difference. Well, you know what? You could go type in YouTube, Saturn Cassini IMAX 3D Theater. And you'll find a video that's basically, this is what they're telling us, is that this is a video of the Saturn Cassini going through Saturn's rings, and they took all the pictures it took and composed it into a video. Supposedly this is it, and oh my god, it looks no better than PlayStation 1 graphics, maybe PlayStation 2, maybe, but it's so bad. It's so bad.
That's what I don't get. Like you have these cameras, like the Hubble telescope, that shoots all these pictures, but it's in crappy quality. But yet here on Earth, we have cell phones that can take clear pictures. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah. I want to say real quick, Plain Pollux, you now have a wrench. I don't know why you're still gray to me, but what's up, man? Thanks, join the club. But yeah, you know what? They send out that, and then why if they can take that kind of video, that it's circled through the rings, around the planet, etc., etc. It by no means, I don't think it was centered like all the other stuff. It was kind of more rough, if you will. But why don't we have a video any kind of way, shape, or form like that? I mean, why can't we send something that goes out and orbits back and who knows, crashes, don't give a crap about it, but that has one of those indestructible boxes, and we can get all the raw, stupid, nasty looking, whatever kind of video it took. Why aren't we doing that? $50 million a day. We should have so many videos of Earth that are not so freaking perfect, with the Earth perfectly centered and looking oh my god, and I just showed on my show tonight how you can get an Adobe After Effects template, pop it in your computer, and get any kind of camera angle you want on a ball-shaped Earth that looks exactly like what we are being shown from the American History Channel. It's really pathetic. And look, I added some blue light to the stars behind me right now in my broadcast. So a blue tint. It's kind of like, look, what if the sun was behind me? Imagine this was like a morning. It's just morning and the light is shining blue. This kind of looks even more realistic than a no star black velvet sky. Elon was right. You know it's real because it looks so fake. What'd you say? I think we disconnected, but you know what? It's a beautiful thing that we can agree on a lot of things. If you're not fully a flat earther, it's like the guy I showed tonight. He's like halfway. He's researching it. This guy's more along the sides of flat. I asked another guy recently, "What are you?" He said he was a 3. He didn't say he was researching it. He just watched 40 minutes of a video and said, "Oh, now I'm a 3 on the way to flat Earth." That's what I do. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. More calls, said Glowbusters. Musicians for Truth. It's all good, says Flat Earth Dude. I read that completely backwards. Patrick is a master debater. Ooh. Rob Dizzle. Patrick, can you provide a source verifying you're a real person? Oh my goodness, what's going on in my chat? Patrick, you're not a people. What's happening? I don't know. Yeah, that's disinfo from a high source. Ooh, what's going on? My chat is juicy, guys. Maybe I should put on the juice. Let's put on the juice. Can I? How do I do this? I can't even tell. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. I knew I had one somewhere. So I'll do one more call. One more call. If anybody does want to call. But I'm only going to stay on for about another 5 more minutes. I just want to say thanks for stopping by, everybody, including Flat Earth Dude, Glowbusters is in the house, Jamaican Me Crazy, Rob Dizzle. I guess Bob Dizzle's the same thing, right? Bob. You guys are awesome. A. McKenzie. Homeless Baby says I'll call. Homeless Baby. Can't wait for that. Lance Fox on Facebook. Autolocus Khalil. What's up, man? Nico Mandela. If you're in the chat there on Facebook, say hi. If you're seeing this, share it. You know, this is how more people can get the news. More people can hear some entertaining stuff. Catch up on the gossip. You know, I tell everybody, you know, my broadcast ends officially at a certain time in the show notes, and the rest of it is just kind of call-ins and random whatnots. But this one lasted about an hour. So if you're listening late and you're like, "What's all this nonsense?" I had a good hour's worth of news, a good 45 minutes worth of stuff that I curated for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. No, we do our trolling on the Thursday show. A Glowbuster says. That last guy was interesting. No, he was cool. I don't know what happened, Truth Seeker. He just knocked off. Now maybe he hung up. Maybe he lost connection. And you know, but yeah, it went away. I don't know what happened. Earthchild says, next time, peace, love, and flatness. See you later, man. Yes, I'll stay on for just a minute. Let's see. Anything else I want to say? I got half a beer. I'm gonna stay on until I finish this half a beer. But I'm really excited about Aaron Kreshak. I did a commercial for him and his Iron Coin. You guys check out Project Lumen. I think it's projectlumen.org, Lumen. But let me double check. He's a guy that, and look, if you think that cryptocurrency is a conspiracy, I'm not sold on it not being a conspiracy either. I don't know what the hell cryptocurrency is, but I kind of think I want to halfway stick some feet in this. Projectlumen.org, and you'll see, yeah, it's, let me just read you his mission statement. Project Lumen is dedicated to directing the manifestation of a sovereign Earth nation that will use the highest application of technology, the transparent and open collaboration of its tribe, that's us, and our mutual observation of the world and natural law, in order to guide ourselves into the realization of a truly free and open society. Yes. It seems that I can read best after about 3 beers. I'm going to write that down. I was starting the show. If you look, if you watch the early show, the first like 10 minutes, I'm like stumbling over all my notes. It's terrible. I stutter so much when I'm sober and I'm so nervous. But after a couple of beers, I can read shit. It's perfect. Maybe I should do all of my voiceovers a little bit drunk. And the only thing I would have to change is that slurring that I just did right there. And I'd have to do that over. But I don't know, just a thing. Speaking of doing voiceovers, look, Fiverr.com. I make videos on that. If you hate your job, or if you want to make money from home, check out Fiverr.com. It's a wonderful thing to do. But let me get back to Flat Earth Coin, Aaron Krishak. He's been on TV. He's got this website. He's launching a platform where you'll be able to buy into a cryptocurrency that offers you a lot of possibilities. You'll be able to, for one, you'll be able to whore out your, what I think. It's like take your internet connection, and while you're not using it, allow other people to like do things with the internet capabilities and just make money. So you could pay your own internet bill by essentially data mining or mining your computer out, doing stuff. If it's free, why not? That's just one of the cool things. That's the most interesting thing that I like about it. But it's got features like it's got all kinds of cryptocurrency features. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to give too much away. You guys have to check it out. But anyway, that's something I wanted to share. I don't talk about much, and it's launching very soon. So I think it's going to be ironplatform.org. Ironplatform.org. Check that out. Write that down, etc. So guys, thanks. It's been great. I'm gonna say hi to everyone in the chat real quick. There's about 40 of us or so. Ironcoin, yep. Flat Earth Dude. Truth Rika says, I want to get into Bitcoins, but I'm skeptical. Yeah, yeah, I kind of was skeptical for a while about the whole cryptocurrency thing, and people bought into it a long time ago, and now it's worth a whole lot of money, and that's the reality of it. But is it going to pop and burst and turn into nothing? I don't know. I don't feel that's happening. I do a lot of video commercials about people launching platforms for cryptocurrency. They see me as they put me still as a millennial because I look so young when I shave. I could pass for, 25, 27. I'm only 32. I could look really young. I still get carded for beer unless I'm going to a place that I always go to. If I shave, I get carded for beer. But so they love me doing cryptocurrency videos. They have all these new special tools with their platform that they claim is groundbreaking, like revolutionary, and that's cool. I don't know. I don't know the first thing about it, but there's a lot of people saying they could do this or that, and it makes them better, and their crypto coin is going to be the best. But this is a flat Earth guy's cryptocurrency, one that we all should get to know. He's doing a lot of cool stuff for Flat Earth. He really is doing, he can wear, a coat and tie and talk about Flat Earth very nicely. That's what I say a lot about him. He's a very, very respectable looking guy. He's not a show caller, and he speaks well on it. I forget what he was on. I have to maybe do another episode just kind of talking about him because he's awesome. He's been on the Sun and Moon Family United, so go look him up. Aaron Krishak. Anyway. Yeah, good guy. Glowbusters says, Flat Earth Dude, can you mine it? Bob, get some ironcoin.org. Yeah, is it ironcoin.org? I thought it was ironplatform.org. I think it's going to be Iron Platform. The Iron Revolution, yeah, well, that's it too. Ironcoin.org. You can go check that out. That's the one that talks about it right now. And you can get your wallet and all that stuff. So go sign up. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Ironcoin.org. And then his platform that's going to offer all these tools is going to be, I think, ironplatform.org, if I'm not mistaken. So Rob Dizzle says, peace out. It's been a hot minute since I tuned in. Enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's pretty much over. I'm about to end it. So take care, buddy. Andrew Akers says, Jeff Berwick? Question mark. Flat Earth Dude. Yeah, drop the link. So thanks, guys. What do you think about Steemit? I don't know. I'm putting up videos on Steemit just to see. I put up one of the Flat Curious Project videos. That's another thing. I got 2 more. I just showed you guys one. And then I have another one already, and then another one already, but his audio was terrible, so I'm getting him to either redo it or I'm getting my money back because it was bad. He sent me an audio sample that sounded great, and he delivered a really, really terrible, video in return. So I'm like, no, sorry. So we're going to work that out. I also have 2 more orders, so about 4 more to eventually show you guys for the Flat Curious Project, where I show people Flat Earth for the first time. And it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's something that's working. The thing about it is it's not just us being entertained anymore. The last 8 of them that I ordered, 4 out of them, 5 maybe, either turned flat Earth or were a 5 or a 3 on the scale of flat Earth. That's a good ratio. The other 3 or 4 were they were not buying it, but it was still entertaining to see their hang-ups, to see their cognitive dissonance, as we like to call it. But it's worth it. And if you want to support the show, and it cost me now $7 to do one. It really sucks. I'm gonna have to start doing this on Gigbucks or other platforms, I think, that still charge me just $5. But if you want to, support me for anything I do, like, all I ask is that you specify where the money goes. If you want it for the Flat Curious Project, or if you just want it to have me keep going, and some of it pays for beer, some of it pays for, like I bought the children a wonderful toy, like things for my family, like whatever. The links are down below for that. But I take a lot of time. I research videos. I talk about the best people in Flat Earth, the best proofs, the best stuff in mainstream media, the best new laser experiments, FE Core, the 3-hour, 4-hour long broadcast that you should watch every minute of. I turn into a 15-minute segment and talk about, hey, this was mentioned. Hey, that was mentioned. Hey, this was mentioned. So sub up, hit the subscribe button. This is good stuff. I also added a lot of wonderful things to the background, some lightsabers. This is just some of the random space junk that gets, orbiting in our universe, right? And I'm waiting for it. I don't know when it happens, but there's a really, really special Easter egg with the background here, and it comes with sound and everything. And I can't wait till it happens. It's when all I'm gonna say is that when the Death Star comes by, and one of the stormtroopers pops out, that's when the magic happens. Tesla has something special equipped to take care of that kind of propaganda. That's all I'm gonna say. And plus, I don't know if he was gonna whip out one of those little laser pistols, so I have to have my protection in space. So anyway, I'm just goofing off, guys. I'm just finishing my beer, honestly. Or he's the man. Thanks, Bob. I love your backgrounds. Yeah, man, I'm having fun. And you know what? I'm so picky. I want to fix this little part of my door where, like, the little, like, I don't know, blackness of the I guess it's the seat behind me. I have to figure out how to remove this. And once I do that, I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna feel like I'm more in the car. And I'm so picky about it. Look, I got what is that, C3PO? By the way, when I do see, I like my old dojo set. I had C3PO sitting on a park bench when I invited, I think Arwen was my first guest, and I had his face in the TV of like I took a picture of C3PO sitting on a park bench, and I cut the background out, and I stuck him in the dojo set, and I stuck a TV on his head, and Arwen was inside that TV, and he did a guest stream with me and talked about whatever we talked about, but it was space bubbles. It was cool, and I can't do that now on the CNN News studio set. I have to do something else. I'm trying to figure that out. But I'm thinking about making like I could switch to a background like this. So let me paint this picture. And behind me could be like the Brady Bunch squares. Like each one is a TV, boom, boom, boom. And maybe the people who aren't taking up a TV spot, there could just be like faces. Maybe it could just be my face with different mustaches and wigs looking up and looking right and looking left. You know, like the Brady Bunch TV intro. You know what I'm talking about? And whoever's like taking up one of the TVs, it's their Skype if we have an open panel discussion. I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I'm a professional goofball. Maybe I'll just do the open panel discussions in the dojo studio and turn that whole middle portion into that idea, because that's probably more fitting. I want it to be more relaxed. Oh, God, this is what I'm talking about. This guy. I'm gonna take care of his ass. Get out. Get out of here. What's up? I was cranking that knob for a second. But you guys saw that minigun that blasted his little... I missed it. It's hard to tell when he's coming. But Ethan Harris is laughing. Yeah, yes. Anyway, that's it, guys. You know, like, I wanted to catch it when I was like, oh, there he is. And I twist a little, like, ding, ding. And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah. So I'll get to it. You should make the Stormtrooper flat Earth math. Oh, I could do that too. You can also put all of our avatars within those TVs. Or yeah, I could do that too. There's so many things that I can do, guys. You know what? Guess who wants to float by in the car? Charm Fear. Charm Fear said in the Facebook comments on one of my videos, hey, can you have me float by? And I was like, yes, I can. I was like, I'll take one of your pictures and do it, or you send me one that you want me, and I'll want me to Photoshop out, and I'll do it. So she'll be floating by. So if you want yourself floating by, hey, send me a full body picture, and we'll have I'll just extend it. I can make it a 2-hour long background loop of random stuff. It's so much fun. I love the idea. LMFAO, that was great, says A. McKenzie. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just a professional goofball, guys. That's all I'm doing here. But I'm waking people up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go spend time with the fam. Also, you can put all of our avatars within those TVs. Oh, I just read that. Yeah. Oh. I know I'm silly, but it's worth it. So you guys take care. Bob, thanks for coming. Travis, Jamaica Me Crazy, A. McKenzie, Freemasons, Cryptoverse. Hey, you guys, thanks for coming. Geocentric Creationist, love you. Flat Adam, this is great. Thank you, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll be back for the next episode of the Flat Curious Flat Smacks, where I'm going to play at least probably 3 on that next show. And I'll start taking notes for the Flat Earth Curious show, episode 6. If you have any interesting news, if I haven't covered something, send it to me. Horry Sheet Productions @gmail.com is where to do that. There you go. You got a shout out and you want to bring some news, give me a shout out. I'll say what you want. I just want to give everybody a voice on my platform. I will open up my platform for guests and panel, like video Skype type stuff. I just have to do some preliminary testing and make sure that I can do it. I know it's possible, but it's not easy. Okay, so give me a break. Good night, guys. Love y'all. I'm here to wake people up. Who is with me?
Yeah. Woo!
Peace.